Good afternoon, everybody. I am the Gentleman Gengar, and we are here with a mono-type battle between a mono bug team and mono poison. Now, this is going to be a long, kind of stally battle. Very interesting. It was an assigned monotype tournament, so we didn't have any say in the types we were selected with. It was just thrown on us, and I got bug type. And bug types, not my favorite, but I've had a few battles with this team, and it's mildly successful. So let's get into it, right? Alright, so I'm going to lead off with Volbeat. Now, my Volbeat's a trolley set, and it's got Thunder Wave, Toxic, Roost, U-Turn. It's just meant to mess with the opponents, really. And he's going to lead with Tentacruel. Now, his whole team is poison, so I'm not going to get a Toxic off, so I'm just going to go for the T-Wave. Pretty much just to be a troll, right? So, he gets paralyzed, and then he confuses me. Now, these next few turns are really rough for both of us, really. Because he only gets one attack in, and I get basically nothing. I constantly am hitting myself. And he doesn't even get an attack in. He just goes for the Toxic Spikes, which, in my opinion, wasn't worth it. It would have been better to get a Scald off on me. Or even a Sludge Wave. Just something. Some kind of damage, because, Volbeat could paralyze his whole team, and he'd be, except for Nidoking, and he'd be pretty much done for. So, this is going to go on for a few turns. I hit myself a lot this game, and it's really crazy. There's a lot of hacks. This was just a hacks fest, honestly. So, I'm hitting myself, he can't move, and it goes on for a few turns like this. Eventually, I'll get tired of it, and I'm just going to swap out. But not yet. I still was trying to get at least a U-turn off, some damage on this thing. I didn't want a hard switch, I wanted that little edge, that whole 5 damage. But eventually I give up on it. I swap into Mega Beedrill, and he actually swaps into Crobat. Oh, no, he goes for the knockoff. I'm sorry. He goes for the knockoff, and, I'm a Mega Beedrill, so it doesn't do that much to me. And I'm just going to go for the knockoff this turn. And it does really good damage. Half health, knocks off its recovery, and it gets paralyzed. So, it's really good for me. I also don't have anything else to hit his team with besides knockoff, so I'm just going to keep going for that. He sends in his Crobat. Now, I know... Okay. Well, okay. Alright. I went for X-Scissor because I figured it would do more damage with adaptability. And he's just going to destroy me with a Brave Bird. So that's my Mega Beedrill down, which really stinks. Like, he could have helped a lot in this game, I feel. But I'm going to swap in Fortress, and I'm going to go for my Stealth Rocks. He's going to Roost, get his health back. So it's free rocks. It does a little bit of damage to his team. I don't think he really has any form of removal. So if he wants to keep swapping, it'll definitely do some work. And he's just going to go for Brave Bird. Now I'm, defensive, and it's only neutral. So it doesn't do very much at all. Not to me. So... And I've got Rock Tomb, which hits it for super effective and slows it down. So eventually, after like 4 or 5, I could probably outspeed this thing. But he's just going to swap out. He's not going to risk it. And he's going to go into his Nidoking. Now, Nidoking is very, very bad for my team because they could carry Flamethrower with Sheer Force, and it just, could really, really mess things up for me. So I'm expecting him to go for a Flamethrower or something, and he's just going to go for Drill Run, which just lets me know he's a physical set. And Drill Run doesn't do very much to me, but I went for the Explosion just to do some serious damage to this guy. So that almost takes it out. I just barely missed the kill. It was just right there. So I'm going to switch into Galvantula. There's not a whole lot that can really outspeed this thing, except for its Crobat. And I'm Sash, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for the safe Energy Ball and take out his Nidoking. He swamps in his Crobat. Now, he's going to... I'm going to swap out into Scizor, because I know he's probably just going to go for the Brave Bird, and it's going to hit me neutrally, and I'll be alright. Didn't want to waste my Sash just yet. So he's going to hit me for a Brave Bird. It doesn't do that much, and then I'm just going to go for the Bullet Punch and take this thing out. I mean, and it gives me 2 turns of lefties, so it's pretty good for me. So I take out the Crobat. And he's actually going to bring in a Gengar. And I didn't really know what to do about this thing, because I mean, most of my team can't really hit Gengar except for Scizor now, that he's the only knockoff user I have left. So I'm just going to go for the knockoff, and he's going to hit me with the Destiny Bond. So takes down my Scizor, and I take down a pretty decent threat though, because Gengar really is a special attacking train. It could really... I know I used to use Gengar a lot. So that takes my Scizor down. This is 1 for 1. So it's not the worst thing. So he's going to swap in his Venusaur. And I actually got pretty lucky, and I swapped in my Volcarona. And I know this thing has got to be Mega. There's no way it's not. So it's going to get thick fat, and my Fiery Dance isn't going to do as much as I want it to do. So I'm going to hit this thing with a Fiery Dance, and it does decent damage. It really does, so can't complain. I got some damage on this thing. I get a special attack boost, which is nice. And he's going to put me to sleep. So that really, puts a damper on things. Can't really do much. I don't want to stay in. I don't want him to get Leech Seed and Synthesis and just spam Sludge Bomb. So I'm going to swap out to my Volbeat, thinking maybe I'll get Paralysis on this guy. Something like that. And he's going to send out his Fred. So I'm not going to be able to really do much to him. I can't paralyze him or Toxic him. So I'm just going to be forced to hit U-turn to get a little bit of chip damage on him, swap into something with a favorable matchup. And I'm going to go into Galvantula. He's actually going to go for the Confuse Ray, and that really stinks. Didn't want to play this whole confusion game again, so I'm going to swap right back out. Go into my Volbeat, just to prevent from playing the whole hit myself 5 times in a row thing, and I didn't want to quite lose my Sash just yet. That would have been pretty bad, because Galvantula is super frail, and I didn't want to lose him just yet. So that crit didn't matter very much, really. It did barely any more damage than a normal one. That's just what happens when you have a pretty weak Volbeat. No attack investment, no, just trolley sets, So I'm going to hit a Energy Ball. It's neutral, and it's, a safer move than a Thunder. So he's going to swap into his Skunk Tank. Now, I really don't like this Pokemon because it could do a lot. It's got Flamethrower, Sucker Punch, all sorts of things it can hit me with. So I'm just going to go for the Thunder. I want to hit you hard. And it really doesn't do that much. So I think maybe he has some special defense investment. Because I feel like that should have done way more. And then my next Thunder misses. And that really blows. And he's going to go for the Foul Play. And that's going to take me out. So now I'm left with my Volcarona. And, things aren't looking very good for me at this point. It's definitely pretty rough. So he's going to go for the Play Rough. It's not very effective. I don't really know why he went for the Play Rough over there. As you see later, he has some much better moves to hit me with. So I'm just gonna try to wake up the best I can, and he's just gonna go for poison jab, and it does a lot. It really hits me hard, and then it gets burned. But I still think he should have went for another poison jab. I mean, it might have taken me out. So he's getting hurt by the burn, and I'm still asleep. I really wish I'd wake up right about this point. He's actually going to go for another foul play. So he's got foul play, play rough, poison jab, and flamethrower. And, you know, makes set. Which is smart. I guess he's packing flamethrower because he knew he was going against the bug team. And then I'm going to wake up and I'm going to get a fire dance off, which is amazing. So I'm going to take down this pain in the ass that is Skunk Taint. And then his last Pokemon, or his last two Pokemon, his last Pokemon is Mega Venusaur, sorry. So, he's got about half health, and I'm going to be able to hit him with a Fiery Dance. And he's actually going to go for Sleep Powder, and it's going to miss. So, that was really helped me. I would have lost this game if that would have connected. So it was a really close match, and the only Pokemon I had left would be Volbeat, and Volbeat couldn't really do anything. It hit like U-turn, but you could just put me to sleep and it would have destroyed me. So that was a good game I had, and if you guys are interested in joining the professional league to enter our tournaments, giveaways, everything like that, the Facebook link is in the description. Hope to see you guys there.